Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Danielle, aka Stitcherista here on YouTube, and today is Sunday, August 7th. And yes, I normally do not record on a weekend, but I was like, you know what? I just felt like recording. So I wanted to talk about yesterday and not stressing about stitching and just what's been going on, over the weekend. So Friday I worked pretty late. Worked until 7:30, very long day, and we have the continuation of that person's deposition next Wednesday, so it's going to be another late night. What I've come to realize is that I want to start doing yoga every day, just for not even for weight loss, just for strength and muscles and stuff like that, because man, does my body ache a lot, and I feel like it's because I'm sitting a lot and not getting up and taking proper breaks. So I like Yoga by Adrienne on YouTube, and she has a couple different ones, and there's even one yoga for your hands that I'm going to try, because hands have been aching lately, and I know it's from crafting, stitching. I need to start doing yoga for sure, to be stretching and strength and all that. So I'm off work on Monday, so definitely going to start incorporating that. And so I finished as I knock over my stitching. Wait a minute. Ooh. Okay, so Friday passed, I worked late, then we had dinner, and then we basically went to bed because I was tired, Bill was tired, and he was getting up the next day to go to the Gun Bash, which is basically a fundraiser. He bought tickets. They had free beer and food, and you get tickets for a raffle, essentially, that money was given away, guns were given away, all that. He was gone from like 8:30 until 6:30 yesterday. So, when he's gone all day to something like that, I have these grand plans of doing all this stuff and getting all this stuff done. Now, I did get my junk journal page done for my birthstone as a coffee bean. So let me show you that, because it did not turn out at all what I expected. And that's because I ran out of the sticker maker stuff for my creative station. Luckily, I had the birthstone, I had the backing papered all done, and then it ran out. Well, I tried to run the cardboard coffee cup that I was going to use in the layout through the machine, and I bent it because it wasn't big enough. So I had to just wind up so I wound up backing this with green paper, then blue paper. There's the stitching. And then I just used a couple stickers. This was not what my plan was, but I still think it turned out pretty cute. So yeah. So my next page, I was going to do that geometric heart, which the seller is not on Etsy anymore. So that pattern isn't even available. But when I went to, first of all, I figured out the scrapbook layout, and I just clipped it to the page. So here is what my plan was. This paper down, this paper down. I was going to stick this butterfly sticker here and then put the stitching here. And that was going to be the page. So I did that, started doing the stitching, didn't like it, didn't enjoy working on the piece. So I proceeded to spend the great bulk of yesterday trying to find another stitching piece that went with that layout. And I wasn't successful. And when I got to the end of the day, which then Bill was coming home, and so I didn't get any stitching done except a tiny, tiny piece on that piece, which I'm not even stitching now. And I realized, yeah, you can't stress about it. I can't stress about it or try to force finding a pattern. Do you know what I mean? So I said, all right, I'm going to leave that layout. Luckily, I didn't glue it down yet. See, I was at least smart in that way. I'm going to leave it clipped to that page because I know in the next year, in the next whatever, I am going to find a piece that's going to be perfect for that spot. And it'll just come to me. It'll come to me. So I said, okay, I'm also not going to stress anymore or try to limit myself to stitch something that has to fit in my junk journal, because I realized yesterday, if I want to stitch something bigger, I can put it in my scrapbook. Remember, I started this, and I mean, I have some pretty amazing pages in here. Like, remember Spell of the Moon? And then I did, remember World Cross Stitch Day? I did that one. And then I did, you know, the fall one from Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. And I'm not sure why I just decided to stop working in this book, because you can also add pages to this. And I already have it, right? So we had dinner yesterday, and we were actually both pretty tired because besides, you know, spending all day trying to find a pattern to stitch, I did find the adhesive cartridge for the Creative Station. Can't get the layout. Cannot get the cartridge on Amazon. I can actually order it from Xyron directly, but what I did wind up doing was getting it on eBay, so I know in the future. So I said, okay, I went through my patterns and I'm like, you know what I really want to stitch? I have come upon this pattern a couple times and I said, I'm just going to stitch it. This is Primrose Cottage Stitches, Toil and Trouble. Absolutely love that. Love Halloween. Why can't I stitch Halloween right now? Of course I can stitch Halloween right now. I can stitch whatever I want, right? And so this morning, after we went to the grocery store, and I came home and did laundry and made tea and did all that kind of stuff, I sat down and started stitching on it. Now, I am stitching mine on, I'm just gonna back it with this. That doesn't look right. You know what, I don't even care. You're just gonna see through it. This is Lavender Mist 14 count perforated paper. Yes, 14 count. And after stitching on 18 count for so long, this seems giant. But I started just today stitching the cauldron. I started in the middle. And so I'm going to do a scrapbook layout with this because this is the size of it. So I don't know if I'll keep this washi tape on there necessarily, but really the washi tape serves a dual purpose because when I stitch, it prevents the thread or my fingers from catching on the ends of the paper. So I am enjoying this very, very much. 2 strands, and I think it's going to look fantastic. I love the lavender purple paper. They stitched this on Stormy Night Ada, which is like a gray color, but here are all the colors. So I'm enjoying it very much. And isn't that the whole point? That's the whole point, is to enjoy what you're stitching. Instead of making myself stitch that geometric heart because I had picked it out, and yeah, no more am I going to say, oh, I can't buy that pattern because it won't fit my junk journal. No, there's a lot of patterns I didn't buy because of that, and no more. And I'm going to let it, I need to let my life, I need to ease more into it. Instead of always being stressed and this has to be this way, this has to be this way. I think if I trusted my brain more and my instincts more, things would just come to me. Do you know what I mean? You have to allow things to happen. So last night we got dinner and we really didn't have any TV to watch. We were all caught up. And so I picked us out a movie. Lately, now the stuff I watch on my own seems to be really good. But the stuff that I pick for Bill and I to watch, I don't know what it is. We watched this movie called Gone in the Night with Winona Ryder. And it also starred Dermot Mulroney, which, even though he's older, he's still really yummy. Winona Ryder is a horticulturist, Okay. Her and her boyfriend go up to this cabin to stay for the weekend, and someone's already staying there. A couple is already staying there. So they kind of talk, and the couple's like, well, you can stay here for tonight, because there was like no hotels, it's like out in the middle of nowhere. The next morning, Winona Ryder gets up, and her boyfriend and the other guy's girlfriend are gone. What? Okay. So then it's about her finding out what happened to him. And it was all explained at the end, thank God, because I was like, what the actual F? This better be explained. But the way it ended, I didn't like. Bill and I looked at each other. I'm like, that's the ending. That can't be the ending. He was laughing. So again, we were in bed quite early. We were in bed at 9 and I was asleep. I stayed up and watched some YouTube. So it was, I want to say like 11 o'clock, but he was asleep by 9:30. So, yeah. And then, like I said, today we got up and I just vowed I'm just going to ease into the day. Seriously. I have lived so much of my adult life rigid, controlled. It's got to be this way, got to be that way, blah, blah. I'm tired. Boy, am I so tired of that, right? So, and stitching and finishing stuff surely should be the least stressful thing. And lately, it has caused me a little bit of stress and strife, especially when I was even doing the layout for that, for the coffee one. No. One pattern I'm considering buying, I saw Cindy stitching at the retreat. It's Tiny Modernist. I want to say it's the Skull Crystal Ball or Halloween Crystal Ball stitch along. I really love how it looks. So I'm going to have to look that one up again. I'm going to wait till the whole thing is released because I've been burned in the past on like stitch alongs where I'd wind up not liking something from it. So yeah. But yeah, so this is my new piece now that I'm stitching. And I'm waiting until I finish it to do the scrapbook layout, to pick it out, because I have like 5 or 6 scrapbook things for Halloween, so I will very easily be able to pick out something. I won't have to buy anything, which will be good. But yeah, I love Primrose Cottage stitches. I'm very excited to see the needlework expo this month. I don't know what the dates are for the show, but I'm very excited to see their releases. There's already one that I want to get. It's by Rami's Creations or Romi's, and it is called Fall is my, the pattern says fall is my favorite 4-letter word is fall. Well, we know that's not true. We know fall is my second favorite F word, right? The pattern is so insanely cute, and apparently there's a thread pack for it, but I'm hoping they give a DMC conversion. So if you can, I liked the page on Facebook, Needlework Expo 2022, and they're showing things as people are giving sneak peeks. I need to look at the dates so I can write them down, but I'm looking forward to the new releases from there, and looking forward to buying some patterns maybe, because it's been a while since I really have bought anything except that one pattern at the retreat. So, okay, I'm going to end here. I just wanted to come on and just chat with you guys about those kinds of things. And I found a new show. So I've been trying to, when I sit down at night to stitch or during the day to stitch and I want to watch something, I've been trying to watch stuff new that I haven't seen before, like Seinfeld or King of Queens or a movie I haven't seen before. I stumbled upon this show on Hulu called Rules of the Game. It is a show that was in the UK because they're UK people and they live in whatever. It is about this athletic wear company that is trying to go public, and it's about the inner workings of the company. They're a hot mess. Someone dies, which I haven't figured out who yet, but someone dies from the company and they're investigating it, and then you see like the whole backstory. It's very good. It's only 4 episodes so far, and I don't know, let me see. I don't know if, okay, it was on in January, so I've watched the first episode. Each episode is an hour, so I'm guessing that it might be a standalone series. It's very good though. I'm pleasantly surprised, and I really like that. I like when I can find stuff on Hulu or Netflix or any of those things that I pay for, especially Hulu, because Hulu and Netflix now, and even Amazon Prime Video, all these people are putting out their own content. Like, I feel like this was a Hulu show. The rules of the game. Oh, and last night I did stay up and I watched the third episode of American Horror Stories called Drive. It stars Bella Thorne. I liked it. I have to say, I'm so pleased that I have liked every episode this season of American Horror Stories, because last time I only liked a handful of the episodes. I've liked them all so far, so I'm very, very glad about that. So yeah, I'm going to end this. I hope you guys are all having a good weekend, and I will see you on Monday. Probably with a bunch more stitching. I'm going to try to get the cauldron done today. I even considered using some Toil in this, but I don't know if I'm going to. What I am going to do though, there is some back stitching for like a spider web and the spider's legs and stuff. I think I'm going to use Petite Treasure Braid black. I think I have black. I'm going to have to check on that. If not, I might use the black Toil because I have the whole set. So I have all the colors. So, as always, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.